for the new members and or to our guests, I would like to share a brief background on the webinars that Laghu Udyog Bharati Karnataka has been hosting since the last 1 week. Laghu Udyog Bharati Karnataka celebrated the International MSME Day on 27th June, where Union Minister for MSME, Shri Pratap Chandra Sarangi, inaugurated the program through a webinar. Coinciding with the International MSME Day, Laghu Udyog Bharati Karnataka decided to observe the following week, that is June 29th up to July 4th, as Vendor Development Week for MSMEs by way of hosting a series of webinars on vendor development, transfer of technology, export promotion, and related business development opportunities with specific reference to MSME sector. The main objective of the webinars are to familiarize entrepreneurs on how to revamp business strategies and scout for new business opportunities with specific reference to MSME with the private and US public sector undertakings. A brief about Karnataka Laghu Udyog Bharati Karnataka chapter. Laghu Udyog Bharati Karnataka chapter is catering to 24 districts of Karnataka and works towards the empowerment of entrepreneurs in MSME sector, and we hope to cover all the 30 districts in the coming months. Laghu Udyog Bharati Karnataka plays an active and important role in promoting business in the state and also regularly organizes seminars, workshops, and interacts with senior government officials, both from the center and the state, on critical issues concerning MSME businesses on a regular basis. Later in the later part of the day, on the chat box, we are posting a feedback form with a request to all participants to kindly fill the same so that we can further improve our programs to our members. Coming back to today's webinar on sourcing opportunities for MSMEs with railways. Indian Railways, as we all know, is a prime mover of the nation, one of the largest railway systems in the world under single management. Materials Management Department, that is in short MMD, of Southwestern Railways of Indian Railways, is concerned with the procurement of materials required for production, operation, and maintenance of railway assets like rolling stock, stations, signaling, and telecom workshops, offices, colonies, hospitals, and other assets. As per public procurement policy of MSME, railway procures and awards contracts to MSMEs to the extent of 20% of the total annual purchases of the products. I repeat, up to 20% of the total annual purchases of products and services. MMD also conducts registration of vendors as approved sources under single window systems. We hope to give a takeaways. Today's takeaways will be how to do business with railways, vendor registration, Make in India policy, public procurement policy of MSMEs, detailed provisions of MSMEs. Before I introduce our speaker today, Mr. Sridhar Iyer, I would like to, Mr. Shivendra Singh, who is with us today, to briefly talk about railways today, RDSO. Please, sir.
Good evening, everyone.
Request Shekhar to introduce Shivendra Singh ji also.
Right now, I don't have his biodata, sir.
No, I can introduce Shivendra ji.
Please go ahead, sir.
Yeah, Shivendra ji is Executive Director at RDSO Lucknow, and he is cooperating with Laghu Udyog Bharati, and he was the key speaker at Tech Bharat. It was hosted in the month of January 16th and 17th at Taj Yeshwantpur, and that is initiated by Laghu Udyog Bharati and IMS Foundation. We welcome Sri Shivendra ji to this webinar. Request him to address all the participants. Thank you, Shivendra ji.
Thank you, Bhojaraj ji. I welcome you all to this edition of MSME International MSME Week. And as we all know that Laghu Udyog Bharati Karnataka is hosting the series of webinars, so as to the MSMEs can benefit from the different policies which Government of India has introduced for them. So I am Shivendra Singh. I am a executive director in RDSO and working for Indian Railways. So I look after the vendor development and the vendor registration process in RDSO. I am being associated with Laghu Udyog Bharati, I think, for last 6 months. So first association was in the Tech Bharat 2020, in which we have given our introduction to the process of being a RDSO, how a MSME and a startup can be a partnership with the railways. And then I think in the month of April, we are given one introduction webinar, how to register as a vendor with RDSO with the help of ED Stores, Executive Director Stores in RDSO, who also looks after the vendor registration. Today, in this particular context for International Week, we have arranged for the local one of the local officers of the Bangalore, who is our Mr. Sridhar Iyer. He is a senior materials manager in Hubli headquarters and look after the Bangalore area and Karnataka area. So I welcome Sridhar Iyer, and he will be the main speaker today. So his key takeaways that will add to your information will be what the facilities and what are the various programs for MSMEs which Indian Railways and benefits which Indian Railways give. So I welcome Sridhar Iyer, and as far RDSO registration is concerned, we have got a website of rdso.indianrailways.gov.in, and where you can find out what are the items for which the vendors can participate and vendors can register. The process is a very simple one, that you have to go to the website. You can go for the vendor interface downlink, and then register. Then we can have that directory uploaded there. You can see what are the items for which you can register and what you are manufacturing. So not taking much time, I will invite Mr. Sridhar Iyer so that he can put and he will just explain about what are the various Indian Railway policies which will benefit the MSMEs. Thank you. Over to Sridhar.
Thank you, Shivendra sir, Shivendra Singh sir. Namaskar. And I convey my sincere thanks to V. Shankar sir, Bhojaraj sir, and all Laghu Udyog Bharati people who have taken a very good step to enlighten about the MSME and all. Now let me start, V. Shankar sir. Hello. I am Sridhar Iyer as Senior Materials Manager in Indian Railways for the past 30 years. I welcome one and all for this webinar.
You can go ahead, sir.
Yes, yes.
Go ahead, sir. He's loading the PPT. Please hold on.
Is it visible, sir? PDF?
Not yet, sir.
PPT?
No, not yet, sir. Share it.
Not yet. 1 minute.
Now it's clear, sir. Please go ahead, sir.
Yes.
Do it full screen and go ahead, sir.
Okay, sir. Thank you. Respected vendor partners, good evening on this wonderful evening. We wish to share our views and we wish to share with one and all. the developments and in what way we can have a very good your development and our railway partnership, everything will just speak about it, sir. First, starting with the key takeaways under the discussions are how to do business with railways. In this, I'll cover even vendor registration. Next, Make in India policy. Third, public procurement policy of MSCs and detailed provisions on MSCs I'll cover. It will ease your doing business because almost people will be having doubt about where to go, when to go, what is the rule regarding this. So this is an eye opener for them regarding this Make in India policy and public procurement policy on MSCs. First of all, let's discuss about the vendor registration with railways. In this vendor registration, the procurement of our railways MMD department is concerned with the procurement of materials starting from small nut and bolts to very big radiator fan required for locomotive, carriage and wagon, etc. Sir, is it I am audible, sir? I am audible?
Yes, you are absolutely clear. Please go ahead.
Continue.
I request
Vendor
all,
registration, why it is
yeah, I request all
vendor registration, why it is important?
keep your cameras
Yes,
off.
sir.
You're disturbing the speaker. Please keep your cameras off. Mr. Girish, Mr. Jai, Jayshree, Mahesha, please keep your cameras off. It is disturbing the speaker. Please go ahead, sir. Please go ahead, sir.
I hope I am audible and the screen PPT is also visible. I will proceed further.
Yes, sir. It is,
What are the benefits of how to go for registration and what are all the documents it is required? Everything we will cover under this PPT. First, what is the benefit of registration is number one is, you know that the EMD, that is earnest money deposit, is exempted for all the vendors who are registered for the particular trade group. Next, in the limited tender inquiry also, they will be enabled to participate in the, for the trade group what it is registered, they will be enabled. Then registered vendor can also participate in the open tender. And you know that the same specification standards are used in all over zone of railways. So this can, if once participated in our home railway, hometown, so you are eligible to participate in all other things also. So now let us discuss these points in a question answer basis so that it will be more clear. Who are all concerned, who are all considered for registration of firm as a registered vendor? So manufacturers and authorized dealers, they are considered for registration. What is single point registration? Single point registration, especially for the people of Karnataka, single point registration is most important. Why I'll tell you. Single point registration means the firm which is situated in the Karnataka zone has to get registered with the home railway. Once it is registered in home railway, for all other zones, without following further formalities, they will also get registered in the different zones of railways. So this is called single point registration. What is the procedure involved? Now let us see that. The application for vendor registration is available on the website link I have given here, www.swr.indianrailways.gov.in. And registration of firms as approved supplier is done after carefully assessing capacity and capability of the firm. So once application has been downloaded, the further formalities what it is followed, it will be covered in the next screen. What is the validity of registration? Once the registration is given, it is given for 2 years, and thereafter it has to be renewed for every 3 years once. Now coming to what is the cost of registration? My dear vendor partners, please note, for valid NSIC registered firms, the application is provided at free of cost, and there is no charge involved also for this application. They can just download the application and make print of it, fill the form and attach the required documents. And registration for the non-NSIC form, non-NSIC registered form will be 100 rupees. This is the cost of registration. Coming to, so when we are registering, after seeing the capacity and capability of the firm, the vendors we are registering under A to F, different categories. Number A is for more than the person who is a firm which is having capacity more than 100 crore. Next, between 10 crores to 100 crore. Next, between 1 crore to 10 crore. D, between 50 lakhs to 1 crore. Next, E, between 10 lakhs to 50 lakh. And finally, less than 10 lakh. So these are all the categories under which monetary limits we are fixing the vendors. So for this, within this monetary limit, whatever tender they are applying, the EMD will not be charged. And now I am exhibiting what are the documents it is needed. In addition, I want to say one more thing. In the final of the slide, I have given one contact number also. The person, the official who is dealing with the vendor registration. Whatever doubts you get, that also you can get clarified with him. And the documents, it is following. These are all the documents. Okay. So once the application is downloaded, it can be printed and filled, and along with the required document, it can be sent to the address and all, everything I have given in the foregoing slides. In addition, all you know that the procurement is done based on www.ireps.indianrailway.ireps.gov.in. If anybody want to take screenshot also, they can take the screenshot. So these are all the documents required. So participating in Indian Railways tender, it requires two things, important things. Number one, purchase class 3 digital signature, get it registered with the IRPS website. Then you can able to see what are the tenders at different railways, also SWR, everything you can see here.
Sir, we are not able to see the presentation. Sir.
Let us. Yes. Hello.
Please go ahead, sir. Please go ahead, sir.
Friends, if any doubt is there at the end of the session, I am giving time so we can discuss your doubts also. I will clarify it. Okay. Now I am going further. Coming to second takeaway point, that is Make in India policy. It's a very good policy. It is introduced by central government to improve, to encourage Make in India and promote our Indian manufacturer. In the procurement of goods and services, we will be importing many items, and now government is encouraging the local supplier, that is Make in India, very important rather than importing. So for this purpose, it is classifying our local vendor into two categories, that is class 1 local supplier and second class 2 local supplier. Others are non-local suppliers. So what is class 1 local supplier and what are the policy involved? Let us see in the further ongoing slides. In the same way, we'll question answer type, we will see that. What is meant by first one word is the local content. See, when tenders are participated by the firms, they have to give the what is the local content of the item in percentage. So based on this local content only, the classification as a class 1 local supplier or class 2 local supplier is being made. Okay. So in short, what is local content? I'll tell you. It is nothing but ratio of total value of the product and the amount of value added in India. Even if you are importing part of the product and adding some value to India, in India, so your product will have the local content. You have to calculate and you have to specify that in percentage. Now, let us see the classifications. Class 1 local supplier, class 2 local supplier. Who is class 1 local supplier? The supplier or service provider whose goods or service offered for procurement as the local content value equal to or more than 50%. Understand? So class 1 supplier will be a person, a firm which is having the local content certified as equal to or more than 50%. Coming to class 2 local supplier, a small mistake is here ulta ho gaya. Local supplier is class 2 local supplier is a person. Local content is less than, more than 20% and less than 50%. This is class 2 local supplier. Now let us discuss what Make in India policy gives. Let us suppose tender has been floated and financial bid has been opened and a list of vendors and its rates are given. Now L1 is a class 1 local supplier where he has certified that local content is more than 50%. Then full contract is awarded to L1. Clear? Coming to second situation where L1 is not a local supplier. Then he is eligible for 50% of the order quantity only, and the balance 50%, out of the balance 50%, that is balance 50%, lowest bidder among class 1 local supplier will be invited to match with the L1 price. That is counter offer will be given. L1 price counter offer will be given. And if he accepts the counter offer, he will be given the balance 50%. For this, the price should be within the margin of purchase preference. The margin of purchase preference has been fixed as 20% by the central government. Let us take one small example. L1 has given local content as 0, that is import. Second, L2. L2 has given local content as a 70%. So in this case, so L1 is eligible for 50% quantity only, and L2, because the rate of 120 rupees, let us suppose 119 rupees he has quoted. L1 has quoted 100. So it is 19% higher. So purchase preference is allowed up to 20%. So he will be offered another 50% quantity. Like this, who are all coming within the margin of purchase preference, they will be given the balance quantity. It means to Make in India policy is given preference. One more thing, some list of items, that is list A and list B items are there. It is exclusively for local supplier, class 1 local suppliers only, irrespective of the purchase value. So my dear friends, now this is also clear, I think. Now let us proceed to public procurement policy on MSCs, which is very, very important for our thing. Most of the Karnataka suppliers are not fully aware about these particulars. So just I am enlightening. Please listen me keenly. Number one, this policy has been made to promote our MSC firms. What is MSC? Micro, small enterprises. Okay. Now under this MSC, there are two categories are there. Number one, micro enterprises, and second is small enterprises. And even in this also sub-classifications are there. Enterprises owned by SC or ST and enterprises owned by others, other than these two categories. So now let us see what is micro enterprise, small enterprise, and medium enterprise, how it has been classified, and what is the basis of it. Where the investment in plant and machinery is within 1 crore and the turnover is within 5 crores, they are classified as micro enterprises. Secondly, where the investment is more than 10 crore and turnover is less than 50 crore. Once again, I am repeating, where the investment in plant and machinery is not more than 10 crore and turnover is not more than 50 crore, they are classified as small enterprises. And medium enterprises, where the investment in plant and machinery is not more than 50 crore and turnover does not exceed 250 crore, they are classified as medium enterprises. This is as per the Gazette notification on 1st June 2020. Coming to where to get the MSc certificate and what are the consortia registering for MSc. Number 1, District Industry Center, Khadi and Village Industries Commission, Khadi and Village Industries Board, Fire Board, National Small Industries Corporation, NSIC, Directorate of Handicraft and Handloom, and any other body as specified by MSc. What are the benefits to MSCs? Let us see that. So MSCs are exempted from payment of earnest money deposit. First point. Please listen carefully. It's the second. In tenders, when the firms are quoting for the tenders, where L1 is not MSc, the participating MSc is quoting a price band of L1 plus 15%. That is 15% is a purchase preference, extra purchase preference. So that will be added, and see, MSc if is within the price band, this L1 price will be counter offered to them and they will be given the order. So like this, earlier it was 20% of total tender value we used to purchase from MSCs. Now it is increased to 25%. That is, MSCs will get an order value of 25% of the total procurement what we are making. So once again, I am repeating, where in tender, where L1 is not MSc, and in the remaining this thing, where L1 plus 15% purchase preference will be added, and within the price range, whoever MSc firms are coming, they will be given order. So this order will be given up to 25% of the tender quantity or tender value. I think it's clear. Now, in addition to MSCs, that is, in this MSc itself, classification, that is micro, macro, SC, ST and others. One more this thing is there. Out of 25%, 4% will be preference will be given for procurement from MSCs owned by SC, ST entrepreneurs. Further, out of 25%, to provide 3% reservation for women-owned MSCs. Where the director is woman entrepreneur, it is mandated to give 3%. But all these will cover within 25% only. In addition, 355 items have been reserved for purchase from small-scale industrial units and handicraft sector. So coming back to, once again, just a review. So enterprises are classified into 3: micro, small, and medium. And then in this subclassification, enterprises owned by scheduled caste, enterprises owned by scheduled tribes, and enterprises owned by other than these two. Again, based on the investments in plant and machinery and turnover, firms are classified into 3 categories: micro enterprise, small enterprise, and medium enterprise. is also we have seen. And what are the consortium they are issuing? MSc certificates, which we will be considering, that also you have seen. And what are the benefits? So this is the main benefits of this thing. And 358 items we are exclusively purchased from MSME certified industries only. Now further we can see RDSO, DLW, CLW, ICF, RCF also registering items. So these items are procured from registered vendors. These are all the registered vendor approving agencies. Now in the foregoing slides, I want to show some of the items where sample items you can say, which are to be developed for South Western Railway. We are not having sufficient vendor in the panel. So you can just have a glance over it. The full details, if you want, you can visit nearby the depot and see what all the items available. And even now it is actually Digital India. We can download what all the items and what all the full description of the item, what is the drawing of the item, everything we can discuss. In addition, I have given the phone number of the official dealing with this. You can see that also. Let us see the items. These items are procured for locomotives, coach and wagon. Just it is sample items only. These items have been exhibited in the recently held Hubli MSc exhibitions also. Even LHB items are there. You can see LHB items also. So my request is here, if you want to see and adhere the full formalities, everything, please visit the nearest depot and see more and more number of items. What I have given is only samples. In addition, this is the contact number of the person official who is dealing with the registration of firm. You can please note down it. You can ask any doubt, or even you can ask for the application where it is. We will send to you by your email also, through your email. He is Mr. Ramarao, CDMS. Phone number and mobile number. You can please note it. Okay, sir. Let us go further. Be a partner in the turnaround of Indian Railways. Thank you, my dear friends. I have
Sridhar.
cleared.
Yes, just give me 1 minute.
Yes, sir.
Thank you for a nice presentation, Sridhar. And we are fortunate that we are having with us Mr. Sanjeev Katware, who is CMM Sales in South Western Railway. I welcome Sanjeev, sir. And we are also having Mr. Nagendra Prasad is with us. So I welcome Mr. Sanjeev Katware. He is looking after CMM Sales in Hubli division, in Hubli Zonal Railway. And whatever his efforts are there, so he has become a part of this now Laghu Udyog Bharati, this vendor international vendor week. So I welcome Mr. Sanjeev, and I will just request him to give few words after this presentation. Thank you.
Good evening, Katware sir.
Mr. Sanjeev, please go ahead. Mr. Sanjeev Katware, please go ahead with your presentation. Okay, no problem. Sir,
I think
because
we can have questions, then afterwards we can have it present.
okay, fine, sir.
Fine.
Sir, before we open the floor to the question and answer, we have one question already keyed in. This is from Mr. V.S. Srinivasan. How much of purchase of rupees 1,000 crores worth that is purchased by COS Southwestern Railways Hubli is from industries and enterprises of Karnataka? Some preference needs to be given to startups to get a foothold in railways.
Sir, startup also has been given some provision, sir. Now it is as per latest Indian government notification. They are also getting. So that I have not covered actually because it is to be given by Railway Board. So as per the ministry, it is available. Can you just once again tell me the question, sir?
This is how much of the purchase of 1,000 crore worth that is purchased by COS Southwestern Hubli is from industries and enterprises of Karnataka.
Sir, the data and all actually I am not having. But as I already told you, out of total purchase value of around 494 crores, 20% we are covering, sir. 25% we are covering for MSAs, including entrepreneurs, enterprises owned by SC, ST, and women, thing and all. So if you want the data and all, I will give you further, sir. You can ask the question, sir. Anybody?
There is one Mr. Prabhakar Rajput. Can a new entrepreneur be part of railway vendorship?
Pardon, sir?
Can a new entrepreneur be part of railway vendor?
No, I am not clear, sir.
You can see the chat, sir. There. Can you be a new entrepreneur to be part of the railway vendorship?
Audio is somewhat disturbing.
Shekhar,
So my
Shekhar, you
Now,
are,
actually.
Go ahead, Rajput. Please ask the question.
sir, good evening. My question is this: can we new manufacturer entrepreneur be a part of vendor registration of railway
Part of vendor registration? Pardon, sir?
for railway? नए entrepreneur या और manufacturer can be part of vendor registration. Yaar,
Can be part of vendor registration, huh?
yes.
Yes, definitely. You can get registered by downloading the application from the website and all the documents.
So
You will be registered.
we are eligible for tenders or other for supply of goods.
Yes, definitely, sir. You are eligible, sir.
Okay, thank you, sir.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, the floor is open now. Please go ahead and ask the question. One at a time.
Hello, Sridhar sir.
Karthik sir, please, sir.
Good evening, Srinivas.
Good evening, sir. Good evening, sir. Please.
This is Srinivas Uppalluri.
Srinivas, please.
My point is, you see, this vendor registration or vendor development is for the products which are known to the railways are being used to the railways.
Okay,
How a new innovation, new product that might replace a new existing product or a service can be introduced in your system? What is the process?
Okay. Sir, very good question, sir.
Thank
Actually,
you.
the world is changing every minute, and it has to change also. So there are some agencies like DLW, CLW, RDSO, and in addition, even in our zonal railways also, mechanical department is available. So when a new invention or anything innovatively you have done means you can just come and highlight the point. So if it is successful, it will be incorporated as one of the items.
Thank you very much.
Yes,
For
sir.
that,
Thank
would you collaborate with us with any enterprise who is? Would you collaborate with such an enterprise to generate a technical specification so that can be standardized
Yes.
which might substitute for an innovation or an efficiency in your system.
Yes, sir. Sir, so many items are changed because of such a new innovative, and people will be coming and meeting me and all.
Sridhar, I will like to react to this. Mr. Srinivas.
Yeah, good evening to you, sir.
Good evening. Good evening. I am Shivendra. I am ED from RDSO. So,
Glad to see you.
I'm very happy that you have asked this question. Whatever new and innovative ideas which are coming to railways, if you are having some new the innovation in the form of product innovation, you like to improve a existing product, or what you have pointed out that you want to be a process in the part of the process of this specification finalization. So I will like to bring you to your information that in RDSO we are
Yes.
now opening all the specifications and STRs
Yes, sir.
of RDSO vendor approved products
Yes,
on the
sir.
website. This is a very limited window, and we have done it this time. And you can go to the RDSO website, then
Yes.
kindly go for the website, and then kindly go for the different directorates. There you
Yes.
will see the specifications uploaded for review.
Oh, very nice, sir. Very
So,
nice.
so the review of specification is basically a bilateral exercise, and
Yes.
it includes the vendors and all the stakeholders. So you
That's-
there is a form there. You can give your comments.
That's
Hello?
very nice. That is very nice.
So you can give your comments also on that, and the comments will be taken, and the reason document will be published, and you can see that this is a participative exercise between railways and the stakeholders and the vendors. So I will invite you, and I will invite all those who are listening to this and who are participating in this MSME International Conference, that we have recently opened the specifications for STR, and we are in the process of opening that. One list is already out, and this exercise, I think, it will be available up to 15th August. Up to
Good.
15th August, we are doing it in phases because there are a lot number of specifications. And we are also uploading the STRs. STRs means specifications, the schedule of technical requirements. So whatever MNC machinery and plants that is needed to make a part or product, that you also need to upload it and
Yes.
upgrade it in terms of the technology upgradations. So
Yes,
you are
sir.
you are most welcome and invited to get participative in that exercise, and that is already on the RDSO website. So if you want help in something, that we are there.
That's very kind of you, Shivendra Singh, sir. Well clarified. Well clear.
Can I come in? I am Sanjeev Katware.
Sanjeev Katware sir is there. Yes.
Yeah. Thank you very much. And good evening to all of you. I will address these two queries that someone was asking. Probably, can they new supplier can they supply in the railways?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. My question is
And
this. Yes.
what are the
Thank
items? So my very simple reply to their queries are when you are going on the station, railway station, or if you are sitting in the railway coach, I can just tell you whatever items you can touch, you can supply. Can you get my point? Hello?
Yes, sir. Yes, yes. I got
Type of items, what you are asking, the type of items, what you can see on the station as well as
Hello, sir.
or when you are looking at the wagon. So all those items you can supply. And if there was one more query that probably someone was asked, can we supply the new items which will improve efficiency? This is the most welcome aspect of the need. And if you feel that any particular item in a code which can be supplied in a better way with a better efficiency, you simply visit our workshop, nearby workshops, railway workshops, or even our states. There are few states, and you just go and suggest your alternate item in case of existing. Okay. So that will help us to reach you. It will help you to reach us. I think that was the only suggestion from my side.
Thank you very much, sir. Khattar sir, very happy to hear from you, sir.
Next question, please.
Sir, this is Amit Mukherjee. I was trying to read the standards on the RDSO website, which Shivendraji just mentioned, but it's not clear which website it is. I was not able to see it. Will you be kind enough to just share the link with everyone so that we can all check where the specifications are available? Thank you. Sir, you're on mute.
Okay, just give me some time. I will share the link. I will share the link here. Let me see.
Sir, I have one small request.
Tell me, sir.
I have one small request. Please, sir, share the PPT because we are unable to make it so fast. So please share PPT.
Definitely, Prakar Rajput sir. Definitely.
Yes, yes. Thank you, sir. Thank you very much.
Welcome here.
Next question, please.
Sir, I have a question.
Yes. Vijay Simha
My
ji.
name is Vijay Simha. I am calling from a company called Akuva Infotech Private Limited.
Yes, sir.
The first step is the vendor registration. Once the vendor registration is done and we start supplying the material,
Yes, sir.
what is the time frame that we get paid in? Because for MSME, it is very important that we manage our liquidity fairly well. Otherwise, we are going to close down. So generally, what are the payment terms of railways and how material is maintained?
Okay. Sir, recently there is a letter regarding MSME immediate payment. The moment you supply the material, immediately you have to raise your bill. So once the bill is raised, the amount will be paid within 3 days. Hello?
Okay, thank you very much. Thank you.
Yeah, good evening, sir.
Thank you.
Sir, there's a question from Karnataka Metal Products.
Please, sir. Yes, sir.
Say South Western Railway should give preference to local manufacturers and so service providers from the state. It's actually a suggestion.
Yes, sir. Definitely, sir. Shekhar, sir, I am also of the same opinion. See, whenever we are giving orders to different within our country, Kolkata, Mumbai and all, so I feel our people should get up because it's the right time. So MSc preference also is available and you have to enter into the business, sir. Important thing. We are spreading our, please club with us. Wanted material. It has to be supplied without any interruption. I have to supply the material for proper running of the train.
Okay.
Sir,
There's another question, from Chetan Saraje. Can
Yes,
you
sir.
provide funding for R&D?
Sir, pardon, sir. Once again, sir.
Can you provide funding for R&D, research and development?
No, actually, our stores department does not fund anything, sir. But RDSO and other this thing, Shivendra sir may give better answer for this. Shivendra,
Can you repeat the question kindly?
Sir, I have one question.
Yeah.
Shekhar sir, please repeat the question. Shekhar sir.
Shekhar, kindly, because I was looking for that website. No? One person asked for the link, so I was looking for that.
Chetan is asking the question, can you provide funding for research and development?
I'm not able to hear you.
Is there any
Funding for research and development.
Funding for research and development, yeah. Okay, so actually, Government of India is not as an RDSO. We are a part of Government of India. So whatever research and development R&D we are doing, we are doing at the RDSO level or at the different PUs, CLW, DLW, and that is basically driven research. That is not a pure research. So we are in the process and procedure for manufacturing of the products. So we do the process research that is basically aligning with the latest technology. We give some inputs. But if you go for the pure R&D, so there is I don't know that there is any mechanism for supporting the research. We are having just MOUs with the IITs, different institutions. IIT Kharagpur, we are having with IIT Madras, and so we are giving projects. We are having one projects with them, and these projects are in different fields. First is some of them are in promoting higher speeds of the Indian railway stock. Then some are in higher haulage capacity of wagons and freight stock. So these are type of things we are doing.
Next question. Yes, Mr. Velu.
Yes, sir, I have some clarification. Is this only for the manufacturing industries or it's for civil construction also?
Manufacturing or authorized dealers also, sir?
Only manufacturing, huh?
Sure, not only manufacturing. You are asking about...
Yeah, because we are into civil construction. So...
Sir, from stores, there is one engineering department is there. So engineering, they are floating tenders through website or work centers also. You can participate in the you can see you can get the details in www.irps.gov.in home screen.
Okay, please share that PPT, sir, so that I can go now.
Sir, I have one question.
Tell me, sir.
Sir, railway has a different zonal like Southern Railway, Eastern Railway.
Yes,
So
yes,
we can register only IRPS. We can vendor registration on different zone like Southern, or Eastern, or Western.
Sir, very good question you have put, sir. Sir, for this, I want to explain a little bit more. Number one, the person for participating in the tender to get the benefit of EMD waiver, you should be registered in the hometown railway. Hometown railway means if Karnataka means actually Southwestern Railway. If you are having the registration certificate for the particular item, then you are entitled to supply any of the railway duly getting exemption of EMD. So you can just scroll and you can see the IRPS search tenders. Whenever it is coming, you can apply. Many people are in Bangalore, they're getting orders, sir.
Okay, thank you, sir. Thank you.
Yes.
Sir, is there any special consideration for
Hello?
Mahendra ji.
One at a time, please. Mahesh, please go ahead.
Mahesha, bole ji.
Hello, sir. We have a gentleman from RDSO who is in the discussion.
Yes,
Can you please put him online so that I have a query to him, sir?
Definitely. Shekhar, sir.
Tell me, I am there.
Your question.
Sir, this is Venkatesh here from Elixir Engineering Company, Bangalore.
Yes,
And
tell me.
we are into purely railway business from past 10 years. And we have developed a lot of this diesel loco products, especially for WDP4, G4.
Yes.
And recently we have got an opportunity for this coach side, sir. That is LHB coaches side. So already around we have supplied 150 to 200 plus coach speed sensors from past 1.5 years. And we are facing a lot of challenges. See, sir, if you see the tenders everywhere, whether they do a PAC or an open tender, they mention a Make in India policy that is there in the tender.
Okay.
But whenever we put we have a performance also for this coach speed sensor. We put the PO credentials, we put the R-Note credentials, we put the performance, and giving all these things. And we basically in India, and we do a lot of railway business. We are not given opportunities. They say no, this is a RDSO item, so it's a risk we cannot give. And the second challenge in the coach speed sensor is it comes in an entire WSP system. So for us individually, for the coach speed sensor to approach RDSO is not possible. So when we are having a lot of credentials, and in India we are doing it, and how it makes a sense when you people put Make in India policy to talk a lot of things in Make in India policy, and a person who is in India and who has already proven this product is facing a lot of challenges, sir. We are getting a lot of pressures. we still go on quote. Whether they give the order or not, we still go on quote in all the zonals, all the workshops, wherever we get the order. But simply we are thrown out of the tender because we are not an RDSO approved source. Then at least.
Shivendra sir, please go ahead with the
Mahesh. Hello, Mahesh. I am Shivendra. I know you. You are from Elixir. I was senior DME diesel in Alambagh diesel set. So that I know that I think I have interacted with you. So now coming to your question, now you have come to the field of this coaching business in the coaches. So very good, because diesel is already diminishing. So what I feel is that what I am able to hear from you is that you are part of the manufacturing of a speed sensor, which is a part of the WSP. Is it right, no? Okay. So what we do is when you make a part which is a child part of a big system, the WSP is basically a safety related brake related system. So, and I know that I don't know that you have applied for this part speed sensor to get RDSO approval or not. If you have not, then you can kindly contact Mr. ED Carriage. Mr. Samir Lohani is there. If you can contact me, then I will give you the number. So you can place your, you can give your application, and you can place your whatever you are needing to him. So because there are many issues in giving the vendor approvals for the child parts of the bigger brake systems or brake systems, because whatever we are purchasing are from a complete unit. So I will just suggest you that you kindly get in contact with Mr. ED Carriage, Mr. Samir Lohani. He is looking after the WSP, and I will share him the number, because your Elixir is a well-known company to Indian Railways. You are, I think, you are last 10 years you are participating with, and you are manufacturing many of the parts of the WTV4 locomotives and supplying in the Hubli diesel shed and all the diesel sheds. So I will just suggest you you can kindly get in contact with RDSO, and let me see if you can give one application to me or one write-up to me, then I can forward it to ED Carriage also.
Thank you, sir. Can I request Sandhya Walvekar to question, please?
Yes. Sandhya here. We are into apparel manufacturing, and for women entrepreneurs, is there any special consideration, sir?
Definitely, madam. SME में
Yeah.
placing order for SME is around 25%. Out of this 25%, 3% we are giving for women entrepreneur owned business. For example, we will be seeing the MSME, NSIC, this one, madam. In the directors overall, there we will be watching. So if director, one of the director is woman, means 3% will be given. No, in addition to 9, actually it is within 25%.
Okay.
Yes. So women entrepreneurs are also given preference, madam.
Okay, fine, sir. Thank you so much.
Thank you, ma'am. Thank you.
Next question, please.
Yes.
Can we take another question, please, from the participants?
Yeah, I'm Narayan Prasanna. Sir, what I request you is whether you can display that 358 items exclusively for MSMEs reserved categories in Bangalore as well as in Hubli.
Sir, 1 minute. I'll show you the 355 items.
No, there are 358 items, right?
Yes. 1 minute, 1 second. Just I'll show you. You can see here.
Otherwise, I request you to share this list so that we can pass it on to all our members.
Yes, definitely we'll share it, sir. Actually, in this 358 items include even handicraft sectors also. So remaining all complete MSME, we have to give order for this item to MSE forms.
Okay, I request Shekhar to coordinate with Sridhar here for correcting those list.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Mr. Mahesh Agarwal, would you like to ask the question? Please go ahead. Mr. Mahesh Agarwal. Okay, he has pinned typed his question, sir. For iron and steel, are operators allowed or they are to make value addition and supply?
Magesh Agarwal from Join Iron and Steel, isn't it? Sir, what is your doubt, sir? Can you just explain me, sir?
Authorized dealers of iron and steel allowed as vendors, sir.
Mageshji, okay, I will explain to the extent possible. Your question I am understanding in this way. That value addition means the local content. They have to certify in the IRPS tender map. In that local content, when you are certifying, see what is the local content. If it is totally manufactured in India with the products purchased from India, it is 100% local content. Second thing is, if you have purchased some of the raw material required from you imported and you have made some value addition, then the percentage of value addition you have to calculate and give there. I think it's clear.
Okay.
Mageshji?
Yeah, we'll take another question, sir.
Yes, sir, definitely.
Anybody from the participants, please go ahead and ask the question.
Sir, I have one more question regarding to this.
Please tell me, sir. Hello.
Mr. Mahesh, please go ahead with the question.
Magesh ji.
Mr. Mahesh, please go ahead.
Sir, before Mahesh comes in, there is a request from Laghu Udyog Bharati time and again to give entrepreneurs registered in Karnataka some kind of a preference for local purchase in the Hubli controller of stores.
Actually, sir, in SWR, South Western Railway, we are extending our cooperation to the maximum possible. So people have to come forward. That is the only thing what we are requesting. I am requesting in one more way also. If anybody really interested in business, please visit the nearby the depot. See the item practically. And if you can able to manufacture the item, please take note of it and please calculate and make an application for registration. So once you get registered, even before registration itself, you try to apply for the thing. By paying EMD also, you can participate in the tender.
Okay, okay. Thank you very much, Sridhar. That's a good idea.
We are, sir, for the last, even Incomex also, I have told same thing, sir. We have opened our door. You have to come and pick up this thing, sir.
Okay, thank you.
Definitely we will extend our cooperation. Thank you, sir.
I have a question from Mr. Shivendra Singh. My name is Amit Mukherjee. Sir, we are making advanced lithium-ion based batteries which are remotely monitored and controlled through software over the cloud. We are a Bangalore-based startup.
Yes, sir.
Since the Indian Railways is now majorly moving towards electrification, how can we approach the railways with this product for acceptance and taking this forward?
Just tell me, Amit, what are the uses of these batteries?
Sir, we can use this in signaling as one possibility, where there are at least thousands of signaling points in the railways network which were using lead-acid-based accumulators.
Okay.
And now we can replace all of that with lithium-ion batteries, which can last for years and years and completely remotely monitored. With nobody needs to go there and monitor it or fill distilled water. We can know if anybody is stealing it or tampering with it. And it's a great product that can be very useful to the railways.
Amit, I will just guide you something about this. Just go to the RDSO website, go to the vendor registration page. Okay, there is a drop down menu there, vendor interface, and when you go to vendor interface drop down menu, then kindly go to the directory, vendor directory.
Okay. Okay.
The electrical directorate and signal. Okay, so there you will be able to see the product used. So there is also a procedure. Everything is there. You can get the procedure also, procedure of registering the batteries. Then second, what is the time period for type testing of the batteries? And second thing, you will be able to see that the contact numbers of the ED signal and ED electrical, those who are dealing with these type of batteries. Okay.
Okay.
So I will try to get some numbers to you. But
Okay.
this is the shortest thing that you can have your homework done from there also. You can get the specifications are available, open specs are available there.
Okay. Okay. Okay.
And then you can match the capability of your battery to what is the required in railways. And you can also suggest what are better product you are having. So that all I can suggest.
Thank you, sir. I will follow what you are saying. And if any questions, I'll mail you, sir, in the mail you have given.
I've given the email and my address, my mobile number in the chat box. You can kindly email me also, so I can reply to you.
Yes, sir. Thank you.
Thank you.
Yeah. Next question, please. We have a few more minutes. Please go ahead and ask. Mr. Sanjeev,
Mahesh Agarwal here.
Yes, sir. Agarwal, sir.
Yeah, see, it's regarding, I am into iron and steel basically.
Okay, sir.
And I am into processing of steel also. So just being an authorized dealer or distributor from any of the manufacturers is enough to register, or I need to do value addition and, supply material, like doing a component or something like that?
No, if it is the end product, directly you can bring it to the market, sir. If it is only import thing, then you have to make.
No, I'm not an importer, sir. I'm a local, that is, I'm dealing with JSW and Steel Authority, companies like that.
You can
So I buy material, special grades and all and supply. In Trim, I used to supply some material, but I think they started taking directly.
Okay, EMD shared our diesel stores depot. They are purchasing this item.
Okay.
Inserts, no, sir? Insert.
It's all, I think the whole body is made of steel. So.
Okay. Right. Sir. You can just contact once, sir.
Whom?
I have given the number also, vendor registration.
Okay.
Hello.
Okay. So I am already registered with railways actually.
Okay, then you can
ICF and all those things.
directly, sir. You can participate in the directly, and whenever you are quoting for any item, please attach this document. Whatever the registration certificate you got it, please attach this document. Okay.
Okay.
Yes.
Hello.
Tell me, sir.
Hello.
Yes, sir.
Hello. This is Chaudhary Mahanta from Bhubaneswar, Odisha.
Bhubaneswar, Odisha. Welcome, sir.
Sir, we have a company, Braj Mining Corporation Private Limited, and we want a railway project for a new road, sir. So how can I contact? We are staying in Odisha, Bhubaneswar, sir, in Khurda division, Eastern Railway.
Once again, can you repeat, sir?
Sir, we are doing railway project, and we have also equipments. We want a new project for expansion of new route. How can we get RFQ from railway? Finally, we are staying in Bhubaneswar, Odisha, in Khurda division.
Yes, sir. Sir, please first contact your home railway, sir.
Okay.
Home railway, please contact. You will get all the details. And once you get the order, then you can participate in other railways tenders also. First, home railway.
Okay, sir. Thanks a lot.
Thank you very much.
Next question, please.
Apart from Karnataka, even other people are participating.
Yes, sir. Can Mr. Sanjeev Katware do some observations? Is there any observation from Mr. Sanjeev Katware, please?
Yeah, I will. I was just going through. I think it is very well presented by Sridhar, first of all. Am I audible?
Yes, sir. Please go ahead, sir.
Yeah. So I think Sridhar was able to give all the details, whatever is there in our vendor registration cell. The basic, what I could see, most of the participants are not sure what are the items they can supply. So again, as Sridhar has told, I will repeat the same thing. They should try to visit our workshops and stores, depots, where these items are either stocked or are in use. So it will help them, and they are most welcome to visit our depots and workshop. They can take photographs also, and then they can suggest the alternate item for what either the same item if they can manufacture, or if they can suggest alternate with better efficiency and lower rate, that will be most welcome. In fact, we are looking for that, and I think, and we are also arranging these vendors meet. Throughout the Indian Railways arranging vendor meets throughout India. In Karnataka, we are arranging vendor meet at RWA Bangalore every year. Similarly, last year we have arranged one vendor meet here in Hubli and Belgaum. These are the main centers we are organizing the meets in which all these items are on display, and items which railway is facing difficulty in getting, and where there is a scope for new suppliers to come in. So I will suggest all the participants that they should always be on lookout for the railways vendor meet. Railways vendor meet will give you complete idea of the item, that specification, its cost, what is the requirement throughout the India, as well as in Karnataka or your nearby railway. So that will be most helpful for them. So I will suggest, and I will request all of them to be on a lookout for the advertisement in the paper. Then probably somebody from the Bhubaneswar was just asking a question regarding some works. That was a basic work query. It was related with the materials management. What Sridhar and we are here, we are dealing with the materials management as well as services. So for works tenders, they will have to contact engineering department in our headquarters. Similarly, some person was there was asking SNT equipments. They want to introduce their items. So I will request them to come to Hubli headquarters. They can meet our CST, Chief Signal and Telecom Engineer, as well as Principal Electrical Engineer, with their catalogs and their items. So that will, once they visit Hubli, they can meet senior officers and suggest their items. And we'll organize for Laghu Udyog.
Hello, we can also Garden Reach, Kolkata.
Yeah, definitely. Garden Reach
Hello.
is also in Kolkata. You have Garden Reach, you have Fourth Place, two headquarters. One is Eastern Railway, one is South.
Okay.
You can go there.
Okay, sir. Thanks a lot.
Right. I think that is from my side, and many congratulations to Laghu Udyog that they are organized this. And once again, well done, Sridhar.
Thank you, sir. Thank you very much, sir.
Sir, one more question. You are
Yes,
referring for hello.
Tell me, madam.
You are referring for vendor meet. Usually, when it is held, sir?
Pardon, sir. Can you repeat the question?
No, sir was referring to the vendor meet. When usually it is held in Hubli and Belgaum.
No, generally the vendor meet conducted by Udyog Bharati.
Okay.
It is.
Sure.
You can just ask our Bhaskar sir, who can enlighten you, madam.
Sure, sir. Thank you so much.
Thank you, ma'am. Thank you.
We can take one last question.
Sir, Shekhar, I request, there is a member from Kasia and also Laghu Udyog Bharati member, Evergreen Enterprises, Mr. Subramanya. I request him to have the last word.
Please go ahead. You need to mute your mic, sir. You need to unmute your mic, sir. Evergreen Enterprises. No, we can't hear you, sir. You need to. Please go ahead, sir.
Hello.
Yes, tell me, sir.
Sir, for registration, if you come over to our LUP office, sir, so many small scale industrialists are there.
Yes, sir.
So that you can have a online registration with us.
Oh, very nice, sir. Yes.
that will be better, because it is very difficult to register online, you know.
Okay,
People
sir.
are having a lot of problems in registering with the railways.
Okay, sir.
So can you depute some officers to our office so that they can guide us how to register this thing, registration, how it can be done?
Yes, yes, definitely, sir. Sir, in this regard, actually, I want to tell you one more thing.
Yes,
In
sir.
our Bangalore, one office is available already.
Okay.
The DRM building only. You can just approach there. You can contact the person who are there.
Okay.
ETCMM is available there. Or otherwise, exclusively for making vendor registration, Mr. Bhaskar can take an effort, and they can call once they can have a single window registration.
Please.
Sir, please share the details of. Sorry for disturbing.
With the approval of our.
Thank you so much, sir. Thank you.
Yes, sir.
Sir, please share the detail of Madhya Pradesh zone or Madhya Pradesh office.
Madhya Pradesh office, what you wanted, sir?
Sir, who concerned person we can connect and detail the vendor registration or the product?
Where you have to find out, sir, because actually this home railway, Southwestern Railway, Karnataka people complete, they can ask any of these things, sir.
I think Sridhar, I will drop in. I will just suggest. In Madhya Pradesh, you are settled in Bhopal or where? Where are you?
Bhopal, sir. Bhopal.
Bhopal, you go to the divisional DRM office. DRM office, there will be a officer, senior divisional materials manager.
Okay.
Bhopal, it is a Habibganj, just behind the Habibganj station, you have the DRM office.
Yes. I have seen.
So you go there, and main office will be in Jabalpur.
Okay.
If you go to Jabalpur, it will be you can get the forms and all this, and your work can be done within a day. You need not wait there. You go overnight and submit your forms, credential details. If you go to Bhopal office, your work may not get completed.
Okay.
So better you go to Jabalpur. I will suggest that.
Okay, sir. Thank you, sir.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you very much, sir. I mean, I'll have to close the session now. On behalf of Laghu Bharti Karnataka, we are really grateful to Shivendra Singh sir, Sridhar Iyer sir, Sanjeev Patwari sir, and Mr. Nagendra Prasad for the excellent presentation on the projects which Railways is promoting. I'm sure all the participants have immensely benefited from your informative session today, sir. Can I request our General Secretary, Mr. Prasanna, to kindly conclude the session, sir?
Thank you, Shekhar. It was an excellent presentation by Indian Railways on sourcing opportunities for MSMEs. When we requested Mr. Shivendra Singh, Executive Director, Indian Railways, he has happily agreed to present the vendor development opportunities for LUB members. I thank you, sir, on behalf of Laghu Bharati. During the presentation, Mr. Sridhar Iyer, Senior Manager, Southwestern Railway, has described all the process for the online registration, and he has touched upon public procurement policies, provisions for MSMEs, Class 1, Class 2 local supplies category segmentations, L1, L2 preferences, exemption on EMDs, and the huge opportunity of around 495 crore worth of business for MSMEs. This is the huge opportunity for MSMEs in Southwestern Railway. I thank Sridhar Iyer for giving this wonderful presentation for the Laghu Bharati members. I also thank Sanjeev Katware, Chief Material Manager, Southwestern Railway, Hubli. Thank you for your intervention and guiding us on opportunities, sir. Laghu Bharati Karnataka celebrated International MSME Day on 27th June last week through webinar. This program was inaugurated by Honorable Minister of State for MSMEs, Sri Pratap Chandra Sarangi. Followed by this inauguration, we had a Wonder Development Week for 6 days. In 6 days, we have conducted 7 programs on different segments of industries, from food sector to railways, aerospace, and many other segments. This is the purpose is to explore the business opportunities in PSUs during this slowdown period for MSMEs. I especially thank Sri Bhojaraj for successfully conducting this Vendor Development Week from Laghu Udyog Bharati. And I also thank our Secretariat led by Mr. Shekhar. I also thank our President, Vice President, and whole team for conducting this whole week's program successfully for the benefit of MSMEs. I thank all the participants who are supported us for the past 1 week. Thank you all.
Thank you.
Thank you very much, sir. We are really grateful to all of the speakers.
Thank you.
Thank you, everyone.
Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you very much. And I convey my sincere thanks to Laghu Udyog Bharati for giving me the opportunity to explain this.
Your support is required for all MSMEs in Karnataka.
Definitely, sir. Definitely.
Thank you, Narayana. Thank you, Bhojaraj. Thank you, Shekhar.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you.
Okay, thanks a lot to everyone.
Thank you, sir. Thank you.
Thank you, Shivendra ji. Thank you, Sridhar ji. Thank you, Sanjeev ji. Thanks for coming and giving your valuable